Establishing a connection between a Microsoft Access database and Visual Studio is a fundamental process in database-driven application development. So, for today's video, we'll demonstrate the systematic procedure for integrating Access with Visual Studio, enabling efficient data management and interaction within software systems. So, you need to open your Visual Studio, be it in version 2019 or 2022. So, after opening your Visual Studio, click Create New Project. Then, select or search for Windows Forms App.NET Framework. After selecting Windows Forms App, makikita nyo yung Configure Your New Project sa screen nyo, wherein you can type your desired project name. So, any project name will do. The location of your project. So, yung location ng project natin, optional lang yan. Kung hahanapan nyo siya ng file niya or ng location sa inyong mga computer. But here in our project, we select a folder kung saan masisave natin ang ating project para mas mabilis natin siyang mahanap. Then click Create button to create our project para makapag-start na tayo sa pagdi-design. So, after clicking Create button, a form will appear to your screen. So, meron yung mga menu wherein you can see all the informations and properties connected sa project nyo. Ito yung mga settings kung saan pwede nyo i-edit yung form ninyo or yung project nyo para mas mapaganda pa. So, go to Windows State and set to center screen. So, this action, kapag nira natin yung project natin, yung form is makikita natin sa center ng ating mga screen. Then, set form text to student form. So, yung action na to is optional din. Pwedeng baguhin nyo or pwedeng hindi na rin. But in our case, binago natin siya. So, always remember lang na yung mga binabago or nire-rename natin ng forms or buttons man yan or text. Yan. Kailangan nating tandaan yan dahil kakailanganin natin yan later for logics. And let's also set the form name to student. Then, click Save para ma-save yung mga changes, mga nire-rename natin. Then, go to the upper right part of your screen. Then, select Solution Explorer. Change the name of Form 1 to student.vb. So, after changing it, go to the menus and select project. Yan, sa taas ng screen nyo. Then, change the startup form into student. Since nirename natin kanina yung form 1 natin into student.vb. Then, click build solution para ma-check natin kung meron nga bang error na nagaganap sa project natin bago tayo magpatuloy sa next step. And then, click Run.
Go to View and look for other windows and then look for data sources and add new data source. Pero dito na po yung DB connection, pero bago po ito is need po muna natin gumawa ng folder para po sa database natin. Click nyo po yung project sa Solution Explorer open nyo po yung folder open nyo po siya, i-right click nyo po siya and open File Explorer, open folder in File Explorer, bin, debug, and dito na po kayo mag-create ng folder sa loob po ng debug. And then, right click nyo lang po and click new, name the folder. Ito po yung database na file na need natin. So, sa loob po nun, click nyo po ito po yung database folder po, dito po natin ilalagay yung database file na access po na kukonect po natin sa form. And then, click nyo po and select Microsoft Access Database. And yung Microsoft Access na file, i-rename nyo po siya into, dito po sa example natin, i-rename po namin siya as student info, pero depende po yan kung ano po yung name ng database ninyo. And then after po i-rename, i-open na po natin si Access and i-wait lang po natin na mag-load si Access. And then dyan na po, pwede na po kayo dyan mag-create ng table po. And then add nyo lang po yung table name, yung name po ng table na gagawin ninyo. And dito na po kayo mag-add ng attributes. Dito po sa example natin, naglagay po kami ng student number as a short text. And then, last name as a short text din po. First name, short text din po. Middle initial, short text din po. And before nyo po i-save ito, make sure nyo po na naka-primary key po yung student number or yung ID na sa tingin nyo need na unique sa database po ninyo. Click po yung table name, save. Yun na po. And then, para naman po makapag-enter kayo ng data sa loob po ng table ninyo is i-click nyo lang po i-right click nyo lang po yung table name ninyo and then pumunta po kayo sa data sheet view po. And then, dito po, pwede na po kayo mag-add ng mga datas sa loob ng table ninyo. And then, yan na po, sa example po natin is nag-add na po kami ng data sa loob po ng student table. And then, after po namin maglagay po ng data sa loob po ng table is, pwede na po natin i-save ito and i-close. And pumunta po tayo sa file and pindutin po natin yung compact and repair para po talaga sure na ayos po yung database natin. And after po nyan, may kita po natin yung table po na ginawa natin earlier sa right side po. And then, pwede na po natin i-close yung access. So, nandito na po tayo ulit sa Visual Studio kung saan po natin ginawa yung form kanina. Bali, i-connect na po natin yung database sa form. So, click other windows, data sources, and add new data source. Click nyo lang po yan. May lalabas na window, database, click next, dataset, next, and then new connection. Make sure na naka-database file and double check kung naka.NET Framework data provider for OLEDB. And then continue po. May lalabas na window ulit. And then database file name, browse. Hanapin mo lang po yung yung folder location ng database folder na ginawa po natin kanina. And then after nyo po mahanap yon, yun na po. I-test nyo na po yung connection ng database po ninyo. And then, kapag connection success, click OK lang po. And then, may window po ulit na lalabas. Double check nyo lang po kung tama yung database name. Then, show the connection string para lang alam nyo po. And then, may window po ulit. Click OK. Choose mo lang po yung database object na nasa dataset mo. Lagay ka lang ng check kung ano yung gusto mong makita. And then, double check yung data set name, kung tama ba. And then, yan na po. Na-connect na po natin yung form na ginawa po natin earlier sa database access na ginawa po din natin earlier. And yan na po, may database connection na. And then, sa Solution Explorer po, i-open nyo lang po yung data set file para makita mo lang yung dataset mo. And dito mo makikita yung ginawa natin kaninang table and then yung attributes ng table. Yun lang.
So, dito makikita natin yung form natin, which is the student form. Ayan, nag-size lang natin siya. Dito sa right side, makikita natin yung data sources. Ayan, yung student info dataset. Dito yung student info. Then, details, drag nyo lang siya dito sa form. And yan, lalabas yung student number, last name, first name, middle initial. Yung ba, i-drop down, data grid. Drag nyo lang siya dito sa form. Ayan. Kung nakita nyo, drag nyo lang siya. Resize lang siya. Sa toolbox, search nyo yung group box. Yan. Then, appearin siya dito sa form. I-align siya dito sa may then, i-align siya sa student number until middle initial, then, send to backward, send to back. Pagka, mo yan, group box, Yan, i-rename mo rin siya sa text, i-rename mo siya ng student. Yan, student. In student information. Rename siya ng student information sa text. So, ayan yung group box 1, napalitan na siya ng student information. And then, search mo sa toolbox ulit yung button. Then, lalabas yung button. Then, sa button, yan, drag mo lang siya, yung button 1, sa form. Ayan, resize lang ng button 1. Align na rin siya dito sa my student information. Ayan, copy, then paste lang siya. Copy, paste. So, may button number 2. Next is, just i-align siya, then copy, paste again, and paste, then paste again for the button number 4. Yan, i-align ng mga, ano yan, center. Yan. Ang gamit niyang group box, syempre para, ayun nga, mag-appear. Pag niran na natin yan siya na connected. I mean, sama-sama sila. Group box. Group. Naka-group sila. Sa button 1, i-rename natin yung button niya, text. Ayan. Sa properties, nakikita yon. Button 1 will be add new record. Yan, add new record. Then sa button number 2, balik sa properties, text, button number 2, that will be save record. Ayan, save record siya. Then for the button number 3, properties again, text, delete record. That will be delete record. Then for the button number 4, again, properties, text, then find record. Save. As we can see, the form or the student form, naglalaman ito ng student information like student number, last name, first name, middle initial. Also, pwede yung mag-add, save, delete, and find record. So, yan. Start natin siya. Ayan, it's working. There, pwede tayo mag-input ng student number. Then, automatically mag-appear ng ibang information student.
I will present the logics of this of the buttons of the program. First is that I will change the name of the buttons, then double click the add button, then call the student info and add the function add new. I will click the save button, then first then I will implement the function validate the student info and student table, then implement try catch statement and add message box to indicate that data has been successfully, then if not successful, add a message box an error. third, delete button, implement the try catch statement, add message box warning or indication that deleting data. Then call the student info, then add the function remove current, then call the student table and function and add a function update update and another message box to record the data. Otherwise, add a message box error. Lastly, the search button. Declare declare search number as a string equals to input box with a string enter student number. The logic: if a user is not input anything, the method will exit. Then declare the position as an integer equals to the student info, then add the function find. Then implement if else. If the position is greater than or equal to 0, print the student info. And then add a function message box student is found. Else add a message box student is not found. Thank you.
Now we're almost done with our project. The last thing we need to do is a little bit of cleanup. Just like this part wherein we have our error. Our error is that we have a missing button that will be shown inside our message box. So to quickly correct this error, we'll just have to do a little bit of copying and pasting. We will now copy this code. And then paste this in this line of code. So we have no more error now. We will just save it to avoid losing our progress. Then after that, in this form, we will delete these buttons at the top because they perform the same functions as the one on the right side of our form. And having both of them can be a little bit redundant. After deleting them, we will notice that we now have an error. So this error mainly pertains to the buttons that we have just deleted. To correct this, we will just have to delete this block of code as it serves no purpose in our project anymore. So a little bit of adjustments, and then we will now rebuild our project. So rebuilding is just like a cleaning or recompiling of codes. And after rebuilding, we can now run our project. And now we can see our form. You can navigate this by using these buttons at the top. So to test this, let us click the Add New Record and then input the student number, last name, first name, and middle initial of the student we want to add to our database. And then after that, let us click the Save Record button to save this input. Now, let us try to delete this record. And let us also try to find a student by using their student number. And there you have it, a guide on how to establish a connection between a Microsoft Access database and Visual Studio. If you have learned something from our video, be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you!